Hello everyone, it's 2019 and it's coming to an end. Now I did one of these videos last year and it did quite well, so I thought I'd do it again. It's my top 5 favourite moments of 2019. It's been an incredible year, calendar year for Wolves. It's been an incredible year as a fan of Wolves, it really has. I mean, last year was amazing, 2018, but this year has just topped it. So coming in at number 5, now you're going to absolutely think I'm mental when I add this in there. I thought about not putting it in, but because it's personal to me, it's got to be in there. It was an absolute disaster on the day, and it is the FA Cup semi-final. Now, before you go, what's he got that for? Why has he got us that heartbreaking loss at Wembley? How can that be in his top 5? Well, there's a few reasons. One, I was on TalkSport before the game with Mark Saggers, pitch side, unbelievable stuff. Like, what an experience. Two, just watching Wolves at Wembley. I never thought I'd see Wolves at Wembley. I went to watch Wolves at the Millennium Stadium in the playoff final of 2003 as a kid, but to see Wolves, I know it were in the FA Cup final, but in an FA Cup tie at Wembley, I never thought I'd see it. It was just incredible. And up until that 77th minute, the whole day was amazing. Before the game, we met Robert Plant, we met Carl Hakimi on the train on the way over. We had a few beers in the fan park, having a laugh. As I mentioned, I was on TalkSport. We were 2-0 up at one point, and then we don't talk about it, do we? But it was devastating. But it also was an incredible day up until the 77th minute. And it was a great achievement getting to the FA Cup semi-final. So here's some clips from that day. The famous Wembley way. Come on. Hakimi, Carl Hakimi. Oh. And I'm about to go to the media centre to get my media pass to go on TalkSport from pitchside. Brilliant.
The cup's down there.
Oh, God, yeah.
Pay to get score
prediction. Actually, yeah, Moose, score prediction.
I'll pay you to give me a prediction. Oh, I've got to pay me.
Cheers, Moose. So, this is my dad.
Hi there.
Mark Saggers.
Hi, Harry's dad.
Legend. Look at this.
What we're doing is he's going to be walking with me that way towards your fans who are on the east side of the ground.
That's going to be amazing.
And we're going to go live in a few minutes' time on TalkSport.
Yes.
So enjoy.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good. BT Sport in action. 6 years ago, I renewed my season ticket for League One for Wolves. Wolves are going to play in League One. Fast forward 6 years, we've just lost an FA Cup semi-final to a really good Watford team. Coming in at number 4, which is the only game out of my top 5 I didn't actually go to, which was Manchester City away. I mean, do I have to explain why this is in my top 5? What an away win that was. Going away to the current champions, beating them 2-0 from 2 great goals by Adama Traore. Tactics perfection, counter-attacking stuff. We could have been 2-0 up first half, you remember back. Catrone and Jimenez could have had a goal and Jota. But it was incredible because we'd just gone away to Turkey and beat Besiktas 1-0. To travel all that way, we were worried at the time with the Thursday games, were they going to affect the Premier League? And just to prove all the critics wrong, we go and beat the champions 2-0 away. And I watched it in here, I was watching it here. And there was people around. We had a bit of a party going on and I went absolutely mental when the goals went in. It was incredible. Adama Traore, who's been one of the players of the season for me this season, definitely. And what 2 great finishes, and I was just delirious after. I could not believe what I'd just witnessed, and to go there and win, like I say, was just unbelievable stuff. And I don't think it was praised as much as it probably could have been. Obviously the Wolves fans are ecstatic, but the mainstream media like Match of the Day and that didn't play it up as much as I think it should have been. It was an absolute masterclass tactically by Wolves that day, and as I say, I went absolutely mental, and I'll show you a few clips from my reaction video. Come on, boys. I can't believe what I've just seen. I can't believe what I've just watched. I'm absolutely buzzing. And he's took those 2 goals amazingly. The composure on him to slot him in the right-hand corner like that twice. What a blow. That performance was brilliant defensively. Masterclass. We're so good at doing that. Soaking up the pressure and hitting teams on the counter. Can you believe it? What an away win. What an away win. Everything's back rosy now, lads. Everything's rosy. Coming in at number 3 is probably the best atmosphere I have ever been involved in at Molineux. The roof nearly come off Molineux this night.
I think you've probably guessed it by now. It was Wolves beating Man United 2-1 at Molineux in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, which got us to Wembley. I mean, I remember the build-up to this game. I was so nervous because growing up, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this. A lot of your friends at school and etc. started supporting Man United because of the Alex Ferguson era, them all being amazing. You get so much stick off them because obviously following Wolves all the years until recently has been a bit of a struggle, let's be honest. And it was just so nice to get one over Man United. Obviously, we drew away earlier on in the season, 1-1. Moutinho scored that top corner. Smash it top corner at Old Trafford, which was amazing. But then to get them in the FA Cup quarter-final and to just absolutely batter them on the night was incredible. And Jimenez put us 1-0 up. I remember being like, Jesus, oh my God, we're going to do it. It was a great goal, span in the box and put it in. And then when Diogo Jota ran the length of the pitch with the ball, shrugged Luke Shaw off and absolutely wellied it into the bottom corner, the noise in Molineux was absolutely incredible. Like, if you could bottle that up and put it in a little bottle and sell it, you'd be a millionaire. The feeling was just euphoria. They got a consolation goal back, but it didn't matter, and we won. We got through, and it was one of the maddest vlogs I've done as well. I mean, I had to edit so much out the next day, so I was just going mental. I was drunk. I was talking crap to the camera. I released it, and about 1,000 people saw the unedited version. And yeah, here's a few clips from that mad night at Molineux.
It's still 0-0, but we've got our tops off, son. Come on! Come on! Come on! Sorry for watching this vlog. I hope you can hear me. Look at the atmosphere. The atmosphere is unbelievable. We did it. We're going to Wembley.
Now, coming in at number 2. It is a Europa League tie. It's Slovan Bratislava away. Now, I went to this game because of holiday situation with work, so I couldn't get any time off for Braga. So, me and the lads off the 77 Club, Sam, Jack, Bayliss, we were like, let's go. Let's just go. We knew we couldn't get a ticket. Well, we thought at the time. It was behind closed doors, if you remember. Well, meant to be. Turns out it was a full house, load of kids, and 200 lucky Wolves fans did get tickets. You had to be a gold or a silver away season ticket holder, and you had to have been to Punic. But we risked it. It was 25 degrees out in Slovakia. We knew about 700 people were going to be going. So we thought, why not? Let's just go. So it turned out to be one of the best trips ever. Amazing stuff. I mean, my vlog I was doing the vlog, and like halfway through doing it, I was thinking, I probably won't even release this if we don't get into the ground. It'd be pointless. It'd just be me, a vlog of me going to Slovakia, walking around, talking wet, and actually not being in the ground, which everyone wants to see. But I did like a little chat, as you'll see in the clips in a minute, of me saying we're not got in. And then we walked up to the stadium, one last chance, and this local just come up to us and offered us all a ticket for €25. So not only did we end up getting in cheaper than the price would have been if we'd have got a ticket in the away end originally, which was about €65, I think. We were in the home end and we ended up walking around getting into the away end anyway because the security was so lax. They didn't care. It was just mad. The atmosphere was incredible, as I mentioned, with all the kids. They were so excited. We won the game, which was mental. I put a video out of Nuno high-fiving all the fans, which went mini viral on Twitter. It just turned out to be incredible, and it was an amazing place, Slovakia. We had a great few nights out over there, and yeah, just mental. It was amazing, really was. I was on the Express and Star as well, I forgot about that. Front page of the Express and Star. I did videos with Luke Hatfield and Joe Edwards, so from what I thought was just going to be a bit of a disappointment of not getting into the game and just having a few drinks in Slovakia, turned out to be one of my best vlogs I've done. Well, I'm just going by the comments. People thought it was brilliant, and I loved doing it as well. And being a great away win, going to a place I never thought I'd go in, Slovakia. So yeah, here's some clips I've clipped up for you in the highlights of the trip. And yeah, what an away day this was. What a great time. Hope you enjoy the clips. Slovan Bratislava away without a ticket, but the points are under €1.
Oh, go on then.
Yeah, I reckon I had 6 seconds yesterday. I had a good day. Oh, this is the old one.
Go on, the boys. We don't know whether to go to the pub or just get in the ground. And when you're a kid and you go to a football game, that's when it's best, I think. So we've bailed. We're going to a pub. It's a great city, this place. So we're going to enjoy our night. Go to a pub. I'll give a half-time reaction and I'll give a full-time reaction. That's how I'll end this vlog. Yeah, forget what I just said. We got in, lads. I'll tell you what, these kids are loud. Bloody deafening. Can't hear myself think. Sat by these kids. Celebrate the get in, lads! Get in, lads! Get in, lads! Get in, lads! Yes, Nuno! Yes! What a legend.
So here it is, coming in at number 1. It had to be Torino Away, another Europa League game. I mean, I never thought I'd see Wolves in Europe. That's probably why my top 2 experiences or my top 2 moments of 2019 have been 2 Europa League ties. And this was the first proper one. I mean, we'd had Crusaders and Punic, but this was huge. We had Torino, who were a brilliant team, by the way. We could easily have lost this and not got to the group stages. I was very worried going into it that we would go out, but it was just insane. Like, I can't explain it. So to start off with the Wall 77 club, we did Gran Torino. So me, my mate Seb, my mate Lewis raced against Sam, Jack and Bayliss. We drove a car. We rented a Kia from Eurocar in Wolverhampton. Drove from Wolverhampton on the Wednesday, crossed the channel, drove straight across France and then into Italy. Them lads flew to Switzerland and caught a bus down, and then got a bus down into Milan and caught the train across. So we had a race. We posted it all over our social media on 77 Club page, and it was just unreal, like amazing. Driving through the night, it was a right laugh. It was a right laugh drive. We drove through the night without hardly any sleep. It was just crazy. Things you'll never forget, do you know what I mean? Unreal. And I posted the journey across on YouTube. I called it Driving 16 Hours to Watch Wolves in Europe, something like that. I'll put the picture here. And that was crazy in itself. And then we get there. We get there on the Thursday. We're sleep deprived, but we're buzzing. We're loving it. And we get into the square, and it was absolutely teaming it down. And hardly any Wolves fans were there yet, because we turned up like 9 o'clock in the morning or something stupid, because we drove through the night. And we was in the square, started drinking. There was one pub open, and then the rain cleared at about midday, and the sun started to come out. The square started to fill up with loads of Wolves fans, and it had a proper away European feel to it, which you always saw on the telly and that when other teams were away in Europe. And it was just constant singing all day, constant drinking, constant laughs. Unreal, like amazing build-up, and it's something you'll never forget. Like the first time you experience something like that, following Wolves away in Europe. And then you come to the game, we caught the bus from the square to the ground, and it was a bit of a mad one getting in. You were shepherded in, loads of security, and it took us about an hour. It took me about an hour to get in. You had to show your passports at the turnstile, high security, not many turnstiles to get in, and loads trying to get in. Get into the ground, and you're boxed in. It's all glass, little cup seats, proper European feel to it. Everything I imagined. It was like everything I imagined and more. And then the atmosphere, the Torino fans were amazing. They had 2 sections, one section this end, one section that end behind the goal. And they hate each other. It's a bit like the North and South Bank, but 10 times worse. They actually hate each other. It was unreal. I'll never forget it. It will never be top for me because it was the first one. Even if we get into the Champions League, I know it sounds mad, but unless we actually win it or something, win the Europa League or win the Champions League, it won't be topped. It was the first proper away day in Europe for me. And the feeling of it was incredible. It'd be so hard to be topped. And anyway, I'm rattling on now, but you can imagine how much it meant to me. This is how much it meant to me. I'm still going on about it now, but I'll show you a few clips from the 16-hour journey across, and then a few of the clips I got at the end of the game at full time. Different vlog from me. I'm doing a 15-hour drive to Turin. Here we are then, driving onto the tube now. See you in France. Just arriving in France, and it's my turn to drive, so let's go. 10 hours ahead, smash it.
2 hours sleep in a car.
Yo, yo, yo.
Oh.
Time to make up special one, innit? Wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, lads. Fourth toll, I reckon that was. And the views are starting to get decent now. I think we're still in France, but we're about to hit Italy, and the mountains are incredible. And that's it, we're officially in Turin. Let me say, you got the Wolves coat on, get some funny looks ready. We're on the way to the square now. This is amazing. Come on, boys. Hello.
So there you go. That's my personal top 5 favourite moments of 2019 following this great club that is Wolves. Hope you have enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. And an edit glitch.